I threatened to cut off my own son financially because he demanded I rename my newborn. I had my son, Kyle, when I was 19. His dad disappeared when Kyle was 2, and from that moment on, it was just me and him against the world. I worked double shifts at a diner during the day and cleaned office buildings at night. I was always tired, always broke. But Kyle never went hungry, never missed a birthday, never doubted that he was loved. When he got into state college last year, I cried so hard I had to pull over on the side of the road. We made it. That's what it felt like. All those years of exhaustion finally meant something. Then, at 41, life surprised me again. I got pregnant with my boyfriend, Justin. For the first time ever, I wasn't panicking about money. I could actually enjoy being pregnant. I could rest. I could breathe. That spring, Kyle came home for break with his girlfriend, Amber. They'd been dating about 8 months. She barely looked at me during dinner, just pushed food around her plate and stayed glued to her phone. I chalked it up to nerves. The next morning, Kyle found me in the kitchen. His hands were shaking. Mom, Amber's pregnant. He looked terrified. The same look he had when he was 7 and broke the only lamp we owned. I hugged him immediately. We'll figure it out, I told him. And I meant it. I started helping however I could. $300 for their first ultrasound because insurance hadn't kicked in yet. $500 for rent when his campus bookstore cut his hours. $400 for a used crib I found online. Justin said I was doing too much, but that was my son. I wasn't going to let him fail. I had my daughter in September. I named her Clara, after my grandmother, the woman who raised me when my own mother was too drunk to remember I existed. Naming my daughter after her felt sacred. I posted one photo online. Welcome, Clara Rose. 10 minutes later, my phone rang. Amber was screaming, "You stole our name! We were naming our baby Clara! You knew that?" I was holding my 2-day-old daughter, bleeding, exhausted, barely able to stand. I told her I didn't know and that I'd been pregnant first. She cut me off. "You should have asked us. You ruined everything." She hung up. 3 days later, Kyle showed up. He wouldn't come inside, just stood in the doorway. "Mom, would you consider changing her name? Amber's been crying nonstop. She won't eat." Something went cold in my chest. "Kyle, this is my grandmother's name, the woman who kept me alive." He stared at his shoes. "I know, but Amber really loved it. Maybe you could pick something else for me." I said no. His face hardened in a way I'd never seen. "So, a name is more important than me?" I stepped closer. "Is Amber's tantrum more important than your own mother?" He left without answering. 4 weeks passed. Silence. Then he texted asking to come over. I thought maybe things had cooled down. They sat on my couch while Clara slept in her swing. Amber had this tight smile that made my skin crawl. "We picked a name," she said. "Paxton, with a Y." I didn't mean to react, but my nose wrinkled. Her smile grew. "You don't like it?" "It's different," I said. She leaned forward, voice cold. "I hate it. I think it sounds stupid, but you stole Clara, so now I have to pick something I hate. And every time you tell people about your granddaughter, you'll think about what you did to me." My blood went ice cold. "You're naming your daughter something you hate to punish me?" Kyle jumped up. "You forced her to. You have 2 months to fix this. Change Clara's name and we can move on." I looked at my son and didn't recognize him. "She just told you she hates your daughter's name," I said. "And you're defending her?" He grabbed Amber's hand. "You started this, Mom." I stood up. "If you name that baby Paxton out of spite, I'm done paying your bills." His face went white. "You can't." "I can," I said. "You can name your baby whatever you want, but I won't fund you hurting your own child to hurt me." "Do you even like the name, Kyle?" He froze, said nothing. Amber's grip on his hand tight. "Answer me," I said quietly. He grabbed his keys and pulled her toward the door. "This conversation is over." 2 days later, Amber texted me from Kyle's phone. "You'll never meet your granddaughter." I blocked the number. This morning, Kyle's roommate called. Rent's due. They're almost out of food. I thanked him and hung up.